Hi guys. For those that don't know me, I'm Abigail. For those that do, hi, welcome back. Thank you for the hair, Joe. Loving it. So, one of the things that's happened just in the years, but I've been studying this and following this, is a real change in the tone of books. So when I first started out, of course, there was no internet, so I would scour second-hand shop books, and so I was getting a lot of books from the 60s, the 70s, late 50s, remembering that witchcraft was actually illegal till the 60s in the UK, so there wasn't a lot of work out there prior to that, unless you really looked for it. So a lot of those kind of books came with warnings. They would be saying, make sure you do a lot of protection. These are the bad things that can happen. How not to end up with mental illness if this was the path you were following. Then the tone changed, and then we went through a few years in the 70s where you would have doctors talking about um, pointing the bone and the psychological effects, and so we were actually tying it in a little bit, and then we went through this stage of everything was love and light and sweet and kind, and the problem is the truth is somewhere in that blend. Um, so a lot of people nowadays don't do much study on the fact that there is a dark side to this work, which is a shame because then when you get into trouble, you don't know how to deal with it. So people turn away, and you lose so many good readers just because the books that are coming out now aren't telling people how to deal with when something goes wrong, aren't telling how to deal when you get a spirit that's negative. They're not telling you properly how to create a doorway in your home that's going to keep you safe, that's not going to allow dark forces in. Um, or you go totally the opposite side and you've got the whole devil worship stuff, and again that's not balanced, and the truth is always somewhere in the balance. It's not particularly one or another, but it's important not to follow any particular writer as though they're gospel, because what they're doing is they're sharing their opinion based on their experiences, which might not work for you. So one of the things that was popular in the 50s was what we call walk-ins, and so that's similar to the film Ghost, with Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg, in the fact that the ghost enters the person's body and speaks through them. There's lots of books that warn against this. I do it for demonstration purposes. I have done it a few times when I've been working with other psychics and we've been pushing boundaries. For me personally, there's been a couple of times when I've done it where it's been quite confrontational because it's almost as though you're not in your body and you're watching yourself speak, and but you have no recall of that when you come back in, so it's quite confronting. And the first time I did it, the gentleman that came through was Polish, and he spoke in Polish to his daughter, which, though it's impressive, absolutely freaked me out. Um, Another one where I did a walk in, it was for a demonstration because I was working with really gifted psychics at the time, and the gentleman that took over my body started hitting one of the women that was in the group, and I'm like, get out my body. And he's like, you're so cute. And I'm like, go. So, though we have to push boundaries, don't do it on your own. Make sure you've got people with you, because the only way to stay sane with all this insane stuff going on is other people to witness it, to be on that journey with you, to actually understand what you're going through. And then when you can talk, when you've got someone to talk about it to, um, and that does really help. That okay, I'm not crazy. They witnessed it as well. Um, when I was in Guam many years ago, I did a reading, and the person didn't speak English and I didn't speak Japanese, but there was no communication problem with us, which was, I just walked away going, how, because I was hearing him in English and he was hearing me in Japanese, and it was very, very bizarre, which is why it's fun. So, um, I do put on the Facebook, the Perth WA Psychic Tarot Facebook, I do put on, give me your questions and I will see what I can do about setting up, and do a video about whatever questions. I didn't expect one of the questions to be about my fingernails. Yeah, they're my fingernails. I grow them. There's no shellac, no acrylic, no nothing. But it was a question that was asked. So yeah, sorry, my fingernails, um, which was a bit of a strange one. So I have had a few suggestions come up, and I will be looking at trying to get those done into um, videos for you guys to answer your questions. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye.